in Imagine, and he is boasting a decade's experience in design, digital imagining, and as an art director. This is about our presenters. So over to you, Alex. Please let us know more about this product and your company and the demonstration. Thanks.
Hi, thanks, Snehal, for the introduction. Ian, could you please load up the presentation that we prepared? All right, so first of all, thank you very much, Tech Writers Tribe of India, Puneet, Snehal, Abin, as well as Arjun as hosts, for inviting myself, Ian, as well as Vaibhav, to be here to speak on and to demo to you some of the AI tools that might make a difference to your workflow as well as productivity. Okay, so as you know, especially we have been very, very blessed in 2023 because why? We actually seen how AI, it first was more like a taboo word, and everybody thought that AI possibly cannot be creative, right? But we saw the heaviest application of artificial intelligence in the creative realm. And it really, really, truly exploded with a lot of companies making their AI technology as well as their LLMs, right, available for us to experiment and play around with. So what is happening right now we're at the end of the year, and in 2024, we expect that artificial intelligence is going to be the norm rather than the exception. So as a result of that, we see that AI has been quite disruptive across many, many sectors. And I think that that's something that we cannot run away from. Okay, so the workforce, as members of the workforce, right, we must not be irrelevant. We need to adapt with the times. And that also means that we need to get AI on board and apply it throughout our workflow so that we can then extract the value of things like productivity, time savings, right? Getting more work done in the shortest amount of time so that we can maybe achieve a sense of work-life balance, right? Okay, so over here today, Ian and myself and also Vaibhav, we are from Imagine, okay? And we want to showcase to you how our brands are actually helping people like yourselves. And when I say people like yourselves, right, I mean non-designers, right? People who do not know Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator and stuff like that, to be creative and create great design. And also, how can our tools, right, help you in your own creative journey, right? So Imagine has a ton of tools, right? And we just showcase a small application over here. But in order to really, really extract that value, you should then have a 1 month free trial that's only exclusive to the Tech Writers Tribe, right? So there's a QR code on the screen right now, and if you can scan the QR code, right? There will be a form on the page. Fill up that form, tell us, your email address, and once you sign up on the sites, we will then activate that free 1 month trial for you, right? It will take about 2 business days, right? So that's how you can get it, right? So just a short, gander on what 123RF, Designs.ai, as well as Pixlr are. Basically, under Imagine, we have 3 brands, right? And of the 3 brands, 123RF, initially we started with stock content. So a lot of it are, photos, illustrations that you can use in your marketing material, right? But lately, we adopted AI as well, and we've injected our own very, very powerful AI image generation into the service that we provide, right? And our aim is to make it simple so that you need not be prompt experts in order to generate your own images, right? For Designs.ai, it's a writer's best friend, I would say so, because with it, right, you can take text, any form of text, and turn it into any marketing material, right, like videos, presentation, brochures, etc., right? So what happens here is Ian will then demo it to you in a bit, right? And with Pixlr.com, you can edit as well as touch up images like a pro without actually being a pro, right? Because designs can get complicated, and of course, toying around with Adobe products need a very, very high learning curve, right? Very steep learning curve. So I'm pretty sure as technical writers, you all write very, very well for technical matters, but communicating ideas with text is just a part of the language of communication, right? Visuals play an important role too. Because most of the time when the presentation looks a lot better, your message can get across faster and of course more clearer for the audience as well, right? So we are all here about adopting AI for better productivity, right? And imagine we are on a mission, as we say, to make design easy for everyone by harnessing the power of artificial intelligence. And we want to really simplify the creative process for you. Now, in the next few minutes, Ian, our product expert, will bring you through the more interesting tools that we have on 123RF Designs.ai and Pixlr. As I mentioned, right? This is just a small collection that we feel that are relevant to you. And in order to extract the full value, you need to basically get an account and then try it out on your own. Okay, so do enjoy the session. Thank you once again for inviting us to be here today, and drop your questions into the chat. We will address them during the Q&A and as and when we are available. All right, so thank you very much. Over to you, Ian.
Thank you, Alex. Let me just reload my slide again. One moment. And 1 second. All right, so hi again, my name is Ian, and to follow up on what Alex has mentioned a little bit is that, in our age of like digital landscape now, everything is pretty much talking about AI, and we really cannot deny how AI is really changing the ways that we are using content, consuming content, as well as creating content. So from our 3 brands today that we are excited to share with you, we would basically handpick a few that we think might be beneficial for your day-to-day work processes. Right. So firstly, we start off with 123RF. As you know, we are a stock image provider, and then our focus for 123RF is we talk about some of the AI search functions as well as AI image generation. Moving on to Pixlr, which is our online photo editor, which is actually more than that. We have a suite of tools. We are going to focus on quick adjustment and retouching of your images, as well as how you can use AI to extend and remove your backgrounds. And then last but not least, we talk about Designs.ai, which I think would be probably the meat of the entire session, which is a combination of tools that everything here is all put into one website for easy usage. So we're going to focus on mainly the AI writer, where you can here create copy and SEO friendly content effortlessly. And then we're going to take a look at Video Maker, where let's say after the text that you have created from AI Writer, you might want to have them as a video. We can show you how to do that using the tools. So without further ado, let me jump on to our first tool, which is 123RF. Okay, so 123RF.com, stock image. You can find a lot of images, photos, vectors, videos, as well as audio. So I guess this is something that is pretty straightforward. Everyone should know how to use this. You have an idea in mind, idea for an image in mind, then you type it into the search box.
Ian, sorry, are you sharing a presentation?
Oh, apologies. Let me.
You see that share button, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm so sorry about that. All right. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So let me just quickly recap. So 123RF, and then we're going to focus on AI search as well as AI image generation. And then for Pixlr, our photo editor, we're going to look at specific tools such as quick adjust and retouch, and how easy it is for you to actually use it. And then we're going to look at extend and removing your backgrounds. Last but not least, Designs.ai, where we'll be focusing on the AI writer as well as the video maker. So let's go to our first product, 123RF, 123RF.com. Here you can look for photos, vectors, videos, as well as audio. And this is pretty straightforward. I'm sure you have already experienced using this before. And then let's say if you have an image in mind, you just type it into the search box, and then you look, and then you return with the results. So in this case, we'd actually like to introduce to you our AI-powered image search, whereby it is able to be more accurate in reading complete sentences that you type in, and then taking key points from your sentences, and in return giving you images that might be relevant or relevant to your search. So let me just turn off this for a moment. So in our search bar, if you see it, if it's on yellow highlighted means it's on. Let me just turn it off. So for one to show up, so mainly let's say you are doing technical writing, but sometimes if your article needs a little bit of images, so here's where I look for them, right? So let's say, okay, professional. So this is me without the AI-powered search turned on, and let's see what happens. So generally, there's perhaps not much that you can see with a more specific search text, right? So, but let's say if we turn on AI-powered search, the system considers your prompt and then returns with a good selection of images. So, for example, let's say if you have gone through the results and perhaps there's nothing that really strikes your fancy, or you think you can have something more, you can actually look at our AI generator tools. So, first one, which we talked about, is AI image generator. So this is, perhaps some of you are already familiar with, diffusion models like Stable Diffusion, Midjourney. So we are actually using SDXL for our generator here, but it is a little bit more, rather than sometimes you coming up with prompt writing, sometimes it might be a little bit challenging when you want to think about what you want to write. But everything else, perhaps if you want to look for a specific mood, a specific color, but you're not too sure how to do that. But so rest assured, everything for AI image generator, we already have them as presets. So all you need to do is just go through them and then just click and select whichever you feel relevant. So here is the text box where we put in our prompt. So basically what happens here is that if you have something in mind, for example, we were looking just now for images of a professional Indian woman with a laptop in a cafe. So you can type it in here. So at the cafe. All right, and then we can look at our selections here, or our presets for different types of AI engines. So AI engine number one, XDXL, which is the latest one from Stable Diffusion. It allows you to generate images as well as text. And then we have anime, something more for fantasy. And then if you have something like dragons or like fantastic characters, right, you can use Dream Shaper XL. So for this one, actually, for every generation, it will take a little bit of time. So we actually pre-recorded this session just to show you how it works. Generally, when it runs, it takes about 30 seconds. So we recorded this, so it saves us a little bit of time. So here is me typing in the prompt. After which I'm going to AI engine. I'm just going to go with Realism Engine. So Realism Engine would be able to generate images for you that are, as the name implies, more realistic. And then for the next one, for ratio, we'll just stick with 1:1 for now. Style, we'll go with photographic. As you can see, there are a lot there for you to choose from. So you'll probably be spoiled for choice. So feel free to test everything out. Colors, we'll go with cool tone. Lighting, we'll go for studio. And composition-wise, we'll go for blurry background. So blurry background emphasizes your subject more. So your main subject will be in focus, while everything else will be blurred. So as you can see, once you've clicked on all these presets, you see all of them loaded right here at the bottom here. So you will know which are the ones that you selected. Of course, if there are any that you don't like, you can just click on the X and then you can add on again. So once again,
your screen is frozen.
Oh yes, I'm on pause. All right, so it's a video. So we're going to click generate. And that gives us with 3 different selections, right? So here are what.
Ian, the
are
screen
you
is not
sharing the
updating.
video?
It's frozen.
Oh, okay. 1
The
second. Let me
video
just.
is not visible.
Let me just hang on. Apologize for this.
The video must be on other screens, so you need to share your complete desktop.
I am so sorry about this. Hang on 1 minute. Okay, sure. Okay, let's go again. Okay, is this visible? Is it okay?
Yeah, we can see something now.
Okay. All right. So we're going to quickly go through. This is me typing the prompt. And then we're going to select our AI engine. We're going to go for realism engine. Ratio, 1:1. Style, photographic. Color, cool tone. Lighting, we're going to go with studio. And composition, we'll go with blurry background. So let's see what happens when you click on generate. And there you go. So from there, it takes a little bit of time to generate because of the model, and it's roughly about 20 to 30 seconds. But for the sake of the presentation, of course, we sped this up, and we'll be presented with 3 different variations of the image based on a prompt. So here you can choose the one you like. So let's say let's just go through, and then let's say if we pick this one, all you need to do from here is click on download, and then download again, which would give you a 4K or 4000 pixel image at the end of the day. Yep, and that is for the AI generation. So it's actually pretty simple to use. If you have no idea what you want to prompt, you can just try some prompts there, and then it basically go through the presets, check out the rest of them, and then you'll be able to see some images as well. And okay, so that actually concludes for 123RF, an AI image generator. I'm happy to take any questions if you have before we move on to Express.
I have a question.
Yes,
I'm
please.
Pradeep here. So what happens is generally we document for hardware products like servers and data centers. So we want to, generally what happens is we get those line diagrams, then we have to pick what we want from those line diagrams and use those diagrams in our documents. But this is very time consuming because it has to come from the the designers and the guys who actually originally created those CAD images. But we generally have access to the hardware in the data center or in the lab. So what I'm asking you is, like, can we take pictures of the hardware server and use it like the line diagrams? Can we convert it as line diagrams that we use it in the documents? Like, can we do that reverse engineering through AI? Is it possible?
I'm not too sure I understand.
Hi, I'll answer that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for the question. That is a very, very specific use case, right? And
Yeah.
I don't think at the moment there are models that are trained towards, digitizing something from a photo, or take, as you take a photo of the line images there and then making it into a line diagram for you. So we don't have something like that yet in the whole, I would say, again, right, around the world, I have not heard of such a use case, but
Okay.
I'm pretty sure if you have the, like the beginning and then the end, right, you can actually train the AI model up yourself. But again, that requires a lot of candidates, thousands and millions, and of course, it requires you to understand AI and how to implement the AI generative capabilities.
Yeah. Thanks. That answers my question. Yeah.
We have any other questions from the floor?
Yeah, I see 2 from Yogita. Are these settings predefined? If we are new to image editing, how do we know which options to pick? Right, so Yogita, These settings over here, right, as we make them available, a lot of them are predefined in the sense that, we have made it simpler for you to be able to, pick something out. And over here, right, what we like about AI is that you are able to experiment with it. So we'll give you a bunch of, generations per day, and hence you can actually change your settings, play around with each and every setting in order for you to get what you want. But after a while, right, you can kind of like pretty much, understand that how we label the settings would be quite akin or to what you can expect as the output. All right. Okay. Pachipenta Swati, right? What is the source of these images? Does it have any copyrights or terms of use? Now, this is a very, very good question. As you know right now, right, there's no authority in the world that can grant a copyright to an AI-generated image, because they view that AI-generated image is not something that is copyrightable as of yet. So when we allow you to use this service, it is packaged as a service, and the items that you generate out, definitely you will be able to use it in any application that you want, right? But as we say in the terms of service, you should not go around, violating a third party's rights and stuff like that. So again, the onus of the application and usage of the image generated is on you. Okay. Right. The third question would be by Vijaya Lakshmi. Right? Is it possible to generate a process flow by inputting a set of instructions? Again, right, with generative AI, I don't think that you might get some sort of like a diagram, but it is not at the level of sophistication where it will give you everything as in 100% correct. Right now, even, right, if we want the AI model to generate text, the text, if it's simple, yes, it can be legible. But most of the time, when you play around with these image generation models, the text can be gibberish. Most often, it is gibberish. And in languages that are not the ABC, the alphanumeric type, right, the situation gets worse. So whether you are in those kind of languages like Japanese, Chinese, I think the Indian script, right, you will have problems with that as well. So again, right, AI is great, but it's not at that level where you can expect 100% accuracy and total reliability with regards to type writing. So again, process flow as well.
I have a follow-up question.
But I don't think it will be going to meet your expectations. It's more of coming up with things that you put into ideas, right? And then it can create for you more photographic type of material right now. But who knows, with AI, right? The future is yet to be known, right? Maybe in 2006 you can get something like that at the pace at which we are going.
Yeah, I have a follow-up question on that one. But generally, companies have a set of stock photography or a limited set of photos or graphics that we can use within our documents and presentations. So in that case, we already have what we need to use. So even if you want to generate something new, we wouldn't be able to implement it in our documents or in the presentation. So that way, this is going to be a limitation, right, Jan? If it is just photographic images.
Right now, I would say it all depends on your usage, right? Because we have met with companies who are totally okay with implementing AI images into their workflow or into their material, right? So it all depends on your I would say your own legal people, if they say they are okay or not okay with AI images, right? But again, as I mentioned, right, it does a pretty good job, right? It will try to do a good job for you, like Ian is now showing on screen, right? But again, if you read everything through, it might not be what you expect.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just to add to that, sometimes even if it's a good tool, it might not be, at least for now, an end all be all. It might help you to meet certain goals, but let's say if you are wanting something that's more specific, perhaps then you might need to there might need to be a little bit more effort into preparing certain types of images. For example, maybe this one can be a set for let's say a stepping stone. It can already give you a good template to work on for you to improve on rather than you starting from scratch.
Okay, I think this is the last question from Pankaj, right? Pankaj. Ian, can you scroll down? Is there any option to import any photos, right? You scroll down on your screen right now.
Oh, yes.
Right. Yeah, can you see the add reference image optional? Yeah,
correct.
so I think that directly responds to your question, Pankaj.
Yeah, so
Okay,
this is
yes,
actually a new feature that we just rolled out right before our session today. So yeah, you can actually
it was rolled out like 2 days ago, literally.
Yeah, so you can input your image and then it will base your generations on the image itself.
Yeah, I think a lot of questions and a lot of curiosity about this tool. But since we have 2 more to go, I think, Ian, whatever questions are there, our team will help you share that. Let's move on to the next demonstration so that we can be in time for showing all the demonstrations. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sneha. All right, so for the next one is actually our online image editor, Pixlr, which is actually cloud-based. So you do not have to download anything. You do not have to install anything on PC. It runs all you need. For it to run, all you need is basically a web browser and then a good online or internet connection. And for Pixlr, it runs best on Chrome. So if you like the best out of Pixlr, please ensure that you have Chrome installed. So as you can see here, for Chrome, we have actually it's actually a suite of tools that's centered or wrapped around our core tools, which are the editors, Pixlr Editor, as well as Pixlr Express. So for you to load Pixlr Express, which will be the one that is the one that we'll be using to demo today, all you need to do is either you can click on Open Editor or the icon, or you can even go to pixlr.com/x. And in doing so, it will lead you to the Pixlr dashboard. So what's good about the dashboard is that this is actually shared between Pixlr Express as well as Pixlr Editor. And I'll explain a little bit more about the differences of these two editors in a bit. So firstly, here we are at the Pixlr X dashboard. So here you can see that I have already preloaded some projects for the function of today's session. And if you want to look at all, you can click on all here, and it will bring you to your temporary projects section in the dashboard, which is actually just a scroll down. So all you need to do is just scroll down to see the rest of your projects if you have more than maybe 3. Okay, so let's quickly load an image. So this is actually an image that I would like to show the final, how we came to this image, right? So if you remember just now, we had the image which was just a square. So let me go home again, and I'm going to open the image. It's actually this image that we generated just now from the 123RF AI image generator. So you can see here it's a square, but let's say before we go into that, sometimes when you get an image that whether it's directly from, in this case, the AI generator, or from your phones, right, or your camera, you like to definitely retouch your photos in order to prepare it for your final presentation. So with Pixlr X, it's actually Pixlr Express, excuse me. It's actually the more simplified version of the editors, whereby it is you do not have to be a creative or have a creative background to use. And although there is there is a learning curve, of course, the learning curve is actually pretty low, and you can get on and understand how to use it right away. Especially with Pixlr Express here, you can see that the UI itself is already pretty much uncluttered and it's very straightforward. So on the left side, you see the tools, and in clicking on any of these tools would bring you or present to you a menu or a sub-tool menu. So in this case, we like to do some adjustments to the color. You can go and select adjust, and that gives you a sub-menu of the different properties that makes up this image. So you can see that there's the color, light, details, and then scene. So here, everything is pretty much pretty straightforward. You know, it's everything here is just on sliders. So all you need to do is just slide on sliders and you can see the changes directly. So for example, if I feel that the saturation of this image is too much, I can just lower it. And then, for example, if the temperature is a little bit too warm or a little bit too cool, I can adjust it right away by just dragging on the sliders. For the light properties, perhaps here the shadows are a little bit too heavy. So I'm just going to drag on the shadow slider to reduce the shadows and brighten up the image a little bit. And for example, if you like to just add a little bit more of contrast, you can just click there and just drag on the slider and it'll be everything, all the changes made will be there. You can scroll all the way down here to click on the compare button, just hold down to see the before and after. And if you think that, okay, perhaps I would like to start again, all you need to do is just click on reset and it'll bring you back to the beginning and you can start all over again to try to get something that's more closer to what you want. And then, but let's say if you're okay with everything, just click on apply and all these properties should be applied to the image itself. So not only that, not only adjustments, although this is a very simple UX, we also have retouching. So this is more like the, I guess, the essential tools that you probably expect from an image retouching software, right? So we have the most essential ones. We have heal and repair as well as clone stem. For example, here we can see that this orange circle here, it might be too distracting, and then we can actually remove it pretty quickly by using the heal and repair tool with the method of object. So the difference between the spot and object is that object allows you to paint directly over a certain area. So I'm just going to enlarge my brush size to fit or to somewhat match the area that I'm going to brush. And I'm just going to click and drag on it, or in this case, paint over it. And what it does is that it would basically sample the areas around my brush and then replace where I brushed over with new data to remove the item. So I can go over it a few more times to come up with an outcome that I would like. And then next up would be the clone stamp. For example, here, you can see on the bindi is probably a little bit to the side. So perhaps if we like to add a new one, or let's say we like to clean it up a little bit, we can use the clone stamp and remove it. So the clone stamp is actually a two-step process. Firstly, it's paint and then source. So I'm going to source an area. So sourcing is essentially how it works is it's like a copy and paste. So source allows me to copy my source. And then you can see that the mode changes to paint directly. But before that, let's look at my brush properties here and select the size that's more relevant to where I'm going to stamp. And then I'm going to select on the softness. I'm going to go a little bit more soft so the areas will be able to blend well. And then I'm going to just click over the area to remove it. And perhaps, let's say if you like to make it more refined. So usually we don't say like you know, it's all a one-step job. Perhaps for certain things, yes, but sometimes we might have to just go over the area again and just to refine it slightly more. So I'm going to source it once more. Or you can actually hold down the shift tool or the shift key on your keyboard, and that will allow you to alternate between source and paint. And as for keyboard shortcuts, we have them as well, and I'll show you where to look for them in the other editor. So let's say this is ready and done, but after that, your client comes back to you and say, okay, I would like to have this image elongated, right? So if you remember the start of the image, we already have that, but how do we get there? So this image originally is a square, so we do not actually have data around it. But no worries, because with our AI tools, we have actually something called generative expand, which will allow you to build the areas around your image. So I'm going to click on this one. And then with the preset size, you can see that there are different sizes that we can choose from. Or let's say if you like to have, or you already have a size in mind, you can actually input them manually here as well. So for preset size, let's go for wide. And then you can see that in my preview here, the sides of the image are already added there. So that lets me know that there's something going to be there after this. And now, right now, it's checkered because usually, if you're familiar, checkered actually means that the area is transparent and it doesn't have any data for the time being. So here you can see my credits. Depending on your plan, you would have different amounts of credit. So definitely you can check that in a bit. And then I'm going to click on expand. Let it run a little bit. Usually it takes about 20 to 30 seconds again. I actually have a video for this, but I think it's better that we just do it live in case I mess it up again. I'm so sorry about previously. So once the generation runs, you'll be presented with actually two variations of the results. Let's give it a moment. So you can see, all right, so the top one looks much, top one is the first one that looks good, of course, at the bottom. And because this being AI, you know, sometimes it's pretty much unpredictable. And without even like prompting it, we get someone else there. But in any case, if these things happen and from the selections here, you see something that you might not like, you can actually click on repeat again and we give you another two variations. So let's say we like this one, and I'm going to click on this one, and then it starts to process and adds it to the image that you see right before you in the center. Let's give it a minute. There you go. And then the image is, the sides are already added to your original image. So for Pixlr, let's say this image is okay and you would like to save your images. All you need to do is click on save. And that will bring up the save window. And we actually have different file types for you to choose from. So JPEG being the most common one. If you have something like transparencies, you can select PNG. Or perhaps if you like something that is non-lossy, because JPEG actually, with every save for JPEG, you know, it will reduce certain amounts of quality, but with PNG, it maintains your quality, but at the cost of a larger file size. WebP is for good quality images, but with a smaller size, and then you get PDF as well as PXZ, which is Pixlr's native format in saving layers. But perhaps to some of you, okay, what are layers? No worries, we're going to talk about that in a bit. So once here, if you've selected the format that you like, just click Save As, and it will download to your folder. So let's move on to the second part of the Pixlr editor. I'm going to go home, and that on clicking home, it leads us back to the dashboard. So this one, we are on the Pixlr Express dashboard. You can see it through the logo here. And then I'm just going to scroll down again to select my next project. But before that, I'm going to switch to Pixlr editor. So you can see them here from the drop-down menu. Select Pixlr editor. And then it will load the Pixlr editor dashboard shown by the icon here. So I'm just going to scroll down and load this PXZ file, or in this case, a layered format. So we are here in Pixlr editor. As you can see that there are definitely differences between the editor Express just now that we were at and this one. And this one, if you are already perhaps familiar with Photoshop, this might look like something that's you know, makes you feel at home, right? So you can have all the tools here, and then we have more layer functionalities, etc. And all these are actually an expanded view of Pixlr Express with a little bit more tools added in for more accuracy. So let me just quickly declutter this this interface. I'm just going to go to View and toggle floating panels. So this allows me to move things around. So if you're working on a laptop like me and you need more space, this allows you to do exactly that. Just going to zoom out a little. So what we're going to look at here is I'm going to close it up so we have better focus. The layers panel. So usually when you have like projects like this, when you're working on image editors, you have something called layers, whereby you can have different elements appear separately on the project. So in this case, let's say you are writing an article and you need to put in a screenshot onto a mock-up of a laptop, for example. Okay, so you already have the screenshot. I'm going to turn this on. I actually have it preloaded before the session. So I have here the website of the tech writers tribe, the screenshot. And then I would like to put this onto my screen here. But how do I do that, right? So no worries, you can actually go to edit. And there's something called free distort, which allows you to do exactly that, where you can drag on the corners and just align everything there. Just going to do it roughly. And then do you want to apply? Yes. And that's done. So because of it being on layers, everything is separate. So you can do it non-destructively. I can still turn it off by clicking on the eye icon here. I can move it around and I can edit it any way I like later on. I'd like to show you one more option, one more function, which is something I like very much. I'm going to drag in the Tech Writers Tribe logo. So that's one way you can quickly add images to your project or open images. It's just by click and drag. I'm going to add to current. So now I'd like to add this logo to the side here, but there is a background. How do I remove that? Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm holding down on spacebar so I can have the hand icon that allows me to drag on the screen. So removing backgrounds is actually not that hard now that we have AI, and it helps out a lot. So on Pixar, it's called the cutout tool. You can see it through the Caesar icon here. And we have something called AI Auto. So I'm just going to click that right away. And what it does is that it will detect the background on objects or background on images. It detect the object itself, have a feel, or let's say have an idea of how the outline is, and then remove everything else that's outside of it. But of course, granted, there might be certain things that there might be a little bit of residue. Let's say like in between the legs here, we still have some white area showing. No worries. All you need to do is just go back to AI cutout mask. And not only does it have the AI auto function, we also have other functions, other methods for you to remove these things. So we can click on, which is the most popular one, draw mask. And I'm going to go to remove from mask and brush. I'm just going to reduce the size a little bit, and then I can click and paint away the areas. Just going to do it a little bit more rough in the interest of time. But just so that we can get the idea of how this works. So once that's done, I just need to put it to the side, and I can drag on the handles here of the image to resize them.
Ian, you might want to speed it up because we are short on time.
Okay.
We haven't done designs yet.
Yeah. So actually, I'm done with Pixar, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
I will attend to the questions in the chat. Maybe you can go forward with designs. Thank you.
All right, sure. Okay, so we move on to our last product, which is designs.ai. And this would be the dashboard that greets you once you log into the tool. So here we can see there are a few different types of functions that we would be able to help you with. But we're going to look at AI Writer first. And clicking on AI Writer would bring you directly to the interface where we are familiar with ChatGPT, but ChatGPT basically is pretty much like a blank canvas. Sometimes you know where to start, sometimes you don't. So that's where the beauty of AI Writer is. Everything else, everything is already categorized into their own specific titles. So if you're looking for a press release or blog writing, etc., you can just click on it, and then it will give you other options based on that might bring you closer to your goal. But let's say you already have something in mind. You can go to all templates and you can go for freeform. So I'm going to click on freeform. I'm going to start creating. So I actually have something prepared here. For example, let's say I am a UX designer for a company. I'm creating a page that is associated with a 404 error. So I need a message to display to my audience, but I need some ideas, right? Perhaps something like a starting point. So once I type in my prompt, I can select my tone. Let's go for something that is more encouraging. And then language English, and then let's just send it in and see what happens. So based on your prompt, it generates a list of 404 messages that can help you or perhaps give you some inspiration on how you can proceed with yours. And then at the left side here, you will see that my history or my project is created. And then you can see here as well, there are some images that the AI found might relate to all these prompts, and it creates, let's say, like a selection for you already. But before we go there, let's just click on edit. And this allows you to further edit the look and feel of your the prompts. Let's say perhaps this is something you'd like to go for. You can go for bold, italic. You can even have alignments. So you can copy this right away and perhaps paste it to your Google slide or presentation with these settings already. But let's say, okay, maybe we are not too happy with the encouraging tone. Let's try something more humorous. You can go to refine, and then just select from the drop-down list again, humorous, and then just regenerate. And then it comes up with another list based on your input. And again, it will come with images. Just give it a second. Then there you go. So I can click on images, and because everything is interconnected, if I select an image from the menu here, that will lead me directly back to 123rf.com's free section. Okay, next up, let's go for another example. I'm going to click on create new. Moment. Okay, create new. We're going to check out Summarizer. So Summarizer, document Summarizer, and then let's start creating. So what it does is that sometimes you have an extensive article that you just want to shorten and really stick to the key points. This is what it can do for you. I have this PDF, Cloud Services for Dummies. I'm just going to copy the address. I'm going to paste it here. And if you have any additional instructions, you can just type in it. Let's say take note of. And then I'm just going to click on generate. So taking that information, it creates a summary of the entire article. And just the same as just now, your project will be created here, and then you have a list of images that you can choose from that might be relevant to your article once again. Okay. So with that, we are going to move into our final product. Let's say our final section of this designs.ai application, which is the video maker. So from here, let's just go a little bit more into summarizing this entire summary and then creating a 30-second video. Okay, so let's say summarize points. And let me try again. Okay, so we have this, and we select it, or you can just click on copy, and then we'll go to Video Maker. And what Video Maker does is essentially it uses your text and creates a video for you. So let's just give it a title. And then I'm going to paste in our text just now. We can set the color of our text. So we're going to choose this one. And then end screen message. If you'd like to add one to your video, you can do so. Let's just click like and share. And then let's move on to the next stage. So here it directly detects from your text just now what type of video it will be. So you can choose information technology. And here you can choose your language as well, your voiceover. So we have a few voiceovers that you can choose from. Let's just go with Haley and then proceed. So this is the raw first draft of the video that has been created. Let's just click play and see what happens.
Ian, is there supposed to be a voiceover?
Pardon?
Is there supposed to be a voiceover right now? Because we cannot hear it.
Oh, there's a voiceover actually.
Yeah, but we cannot hear. Only videos playing.
Oh,
For voiceover, you have to select a specific screen, the design.ai, while you are sharing the screen.
Oh, I'm actually selecting my entire screen.
You have to reshare your screen.
Okay, give me one moment.
Instead of a whole desktop, you have to select only design.ai window.
Okay, I'm actually sharing my entire screen. Let's see. Okay, I hope this works. Let's see.
Cloud computing offers flexible, scalable resources.
Any sound? Can you hear
Yes,
it?
we can hear it now. Good.
Okay.
Cloud computing offers flexible, scalable resources and cost savings through services like IaaS, SaaS, and PaaS. Various cloud models, public, private, hybrid, meet different needs.
Okay, I think we can move on.
Benefits include facilitating innovation.
Okay, so we can see that from the first draft, the video, especially this one, doesn't make much sense. It's not really that relevant, but no worries, we can actually go in and change it. So by selecting the scenes here, and then selecting the exact frame where we want to change the image, we can actually go here to the assets and select videos and actually look for something that would be more relevant. So let's say I am going to delete cloud model. That's probably what it detected. So, and I'm just search. I'm going to type in cloud computing and then search. And that will give me something that's more relevant. And if there's anything that I like, I'll just click it and it will directly replace it into the video itself. And not only that, I can actually select my text as well. But in this case, I will need to let's say I want to minimize them. And then I'd like to also do some arrangement to how they appear. I'm going to add 1 second delay.
Cloud computing offers flexible, scale.
So you can definitely do those edits as well. So not only that, you can also go through transitions as well as audio, and you can change different types of audio if the audio doesn't suit your needs.
Cloud computing offers flexible, scalable resources.
So all in all, it's pretty simple for you to work with Video Maker. All you need to do is just click on the certain scenes, and then you can change the elements inside. You can edit the text, and you can even see how you can have the video appear. And here you can see that there are the crown icons. So crown icons would mean that for each plan that you have, you'll be able to use a certain amount of images or footage. Okay, so when everything is good, you can just click on download, and that will download to your computer. Okay. So yep, that concludes my presentation for Designs.ai. Happy to answer your questions.
Okay, we have a question from Anisha. So the question is, can we add a background music from our system or something like that?
Yes, you can. Okay. So if you have music, you can actually upload music here. You can click here, and you can just drag and drop your music into the box, and then you can use the music. Same goes for
Videos.
Your, yeah, same goes for images and graphics as well.
Cool. The question from Lakshmi is the background music is copyrighted?
Yeah, so the background images, the background music, actually it's from our, especially this one, if you can see the author is Soundbounce. So Soundbounce is actually our in-house music. So you can actually use it along with your plan.
Okay, so this also having a question like, yeah, can we change the images? Same like music and videos, we can change, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
You just need to click on the scene, select images, and then, for example, I'm just going to click on this one, and you can change it. You can upload as well.
I have one question. Who owns the IP for this tool, the AI generative tool?
The AI generative tool?
The tool that you're demonstrating, who owns this tool?
Oh, this one is completely owned by us, Designs.ai. So we are usually updating, and then we are also producing and adding more content, let's say tools into the whole platform as well.
Okay. So when we share our data to create certain things, like we give our inputs, we give our graphics. Those graphics, who will own the IP for those graphics? Will it be you or will it be us?
Mm-hmm. So, okay, for the video wise, I think everything that you upload would be your own. We only would provide the services for you to create these videos, and then we also have, of course, the resources that are already here. We do not keep any of the of your own personal images on our systems.
Okay, thank you. And will there be any security issues like when you use this end result video graphics, when you use it on our documents and upload it on portals? How secure is it from that perspective? Can you tell me how secure all this is going to be?
Okay, so when you export a video from Designs.ai, it's a separate file. So you can post it on your social media, you can put it into your presentations, right? So in that sense, it's as secure as the platform that you're uploading it to.
Okay, thank you, I got it.
Right. Yeah.
There are a few more questions. Can we create e-learning tutorial using this tool?
Yeah. As I mentioned, we have a lot of clients that are from the e-learning sector, and they do use this to create explainer videos and short videos for their students, and they put them into distribution into their own portals as well. So yes, the short answer is yes.
So there is one more interesting question by Lakshmi Menon. She's asking, is there a mobile app version of these tools?
No, we don't have that yet. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and Julia is asking, if we upload a video without a voiceover, is there a way to create a voiceover automatically?
Yes, that is what our clients are normally using this tool for.
Yeah.
You put in the text, and then after that they'll create the explainer video with voiceover.
Mm.
And of course,
The-
you can edit the voiceover text itself, so that's not a problem.
Yeah, so the voiceover, to elaborate on Alex's answer, so the voiceover actually you'll be able, once you input your text and the video template is created, you'll be able to select the scenes. When you click here, select the scenes, and then you can just click on this one, this little speech icon, and that will allow you to actually go in and edit the text more, and then you can also from here add your voiceover.
Shruti is asking, can we change the images? I think in the video.
Yes, yes.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
So for
You can
images,
upload your own image.
yeah, you can upload your own image. For example, let's say I'm using, I'll just use this one. Okay, select, and it will change the original template. So we have that image loaded already.
No. Okay, Lakshmi is asking if we can take existing live training sessions and add a voice that sounds more professional. Right now, if you are going to use it as a workflow, I believe you need to like start from scratch, not from this route that Ian is saying, and you got to put in your own video. And of course, you can really give it a script so that it then reads from the script. So yeah, it is possible.
Now there is one more interesting question by Rama Rao. If I provide a procedure and some screenshot, will it create a video?
Not from scratch, just like that, right? You need to like input some text. I think the text is an important element, right, Ian?
Yeah. Yeah. So you start with your text, and then
Mm.
you only through the text that you'll be able to reach this screen with, whereby from here, then you'll be able to adjust each and every frame with the respective elements or images that you like.
Wow. And Shruti is asking, can we create animated videos?
I'm not so sure what she means by animated videos, because video as a media is an animated format anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think in this case, it's probably, I would say not at the moment, because what VideoMaker offers is that it's a pretty much straightforward method or straightforward steps for you to create a very quick video. I think for animation wise, you might need to have like really specific elements in your video move in a certain way, etc. So we're not able to do that for the time being.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Can
one
we
more
create an
interesting.
elevator pitch
Yes.
video? Yes, definitely. Yeah, this one is very specialized for that. So as long as you can provide some context of the text, it will definitely create something relevant for you.
Yeah. There are more questions, guys. Please keep asking. Alex and Yana.
Any for Pixlr maybe?
Or if you want to know any feature that is not being shown in the demonstration, but you use it and you want to know whether that particular task can be done using these tools, please go ahead and ask. It's not necessary that you should only ask what is being shown to you in the demonstration. Yeah.
Right now, yeah, can we integrate these two with other applications, right? Pixlr might have a SDK coming out soon and an API. So yes, for Pixlr we do. For designs, nope, we don't. 123RF, if you are just looking for images, yes, we do and have an API, right? But in terms of the AI generation tool, we do not have an API for that yet.
So Venkatesh is asking, can we create an architecture diagram for a product, software product, which is very, very important for technical writers?
Yeah, I understand. But at the current moment, as I mentioned, right, most of these models, they are more trained on photographic elements. So when it comes down to diagrams, right, of actual applications, I believe that the model is non-existent yet, right? So there needs to be some mover who can then train an AI model and make it available commercially. Then we would be able to input it as a separate product, right? But right now, I don't believe that you can create reliable enough diagrams, right, to for you in that sense.
There's a question from Shiv Kumar. Do we have a dictation option in this tool?
What do you mean by dictation? Sorry.
Voiceover command to just instead of typing in the chat
Instead
over.
of typing,
Oh, no,
yes,
no, no,
exactly.
we don't have that yet.
No, I don't think. Yeah, we do not have that yet.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, for Tulasi, can we use the videos in our product document overview or introduction? Most definitely.
One more question, guys, which I think we missed by Lakshmi Menon. She's asking, can we take existing live training session and add a voiceover that sounds more professional?
Yeah, I believe I answered that as well. So the answer is yes. You can put in your own video and you can then start with a script as well. Or you start your script, right? And then what you do is, as the videos options become available, you just remove them and then replace them with your own. And that's job done, right, Ian?
Yes.
Wow. Very interesting questions are coming in, guys.
Yeah, please keep them coming.
We still have time. You can go on and ask more questions.
Ian, you mind putting up the last slide for us?
Okay, 1 minute.
The one with the QR code, right?
Yep.
Tulsi
Yes.
is asking one more thing. Yeah. Can we upload our image to create a video instead of selecting from the gallery?
Yeah, so if Tulasi, can you look at the screen right now on the left hand side? It says upload image. Yeah, that's your answer right there. So definitely yes.
Yes, and Prabhudaya is asking, can we generate a topic of our choice with this tool?
Yes, as long as you can supply the text, right? You will then go and do some research for you. You will then suggest some text that you can use as well, and it will then go off and do its thing. So yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, and Anuj is asking, for video documentation, is there any limitation on content or word limit or something?
We have not encountered a problem with the word limitation yet, because what happens is that it's a condenser running in the background, right, Ian? What it does is it tries to condense things a little bit more before using the script.
Yeah.
Alex, Alex, correct. The word limit is to 2,500 word.
2,500, yeah, 500. But that's quite a lot of words.
I hope, Anuj, 2,500 words should be good enough for you to create a video.
And there are hacks around that, right? You can always break up your videos into several videos.
and then again, combine them together to make it a long video, right?
Yeah. So, there are a lot of hacks like that.
Okay. So Tulsi is asking, will there be any copyright issue on using these?
So for us, right, as long as you subscribe to the tool and you can use a library therein, the libraries are all cleared already. So there's no problem with copyrights.
Oh, great. And Shiv Kumar has a question. If you have time now, can you please show a quick demo of creating some animated presentation? I don't know whether this is possible, but Ian, maybe you are the right person to answer this.
Animated, I think, yeah, I need to understand your context of the animated. How would you let's say, like, how would you like to have the final result be? But I mean, if it's for like video maker, it's pretty straightforward that you need the text first. I mean, it basically needs your prompt to begin the work. Let me just
Yeah,
Shiv
so
Kumar,
first,
you can unmute
yes,
yourself and ask the question.
actually,
So
I
that
think I know
you
what I know what Siva Kumar is
Like,
coming from.
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Siva Kumar.
As there is an option for creating a presentation in the demo as you showed, so can you show a quick demo on that, like how to create a presentation? It's not animated, kind of any simple presentations.
Video presentation?
No, text.
Oh, text. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay.
In the meantime, I had one question for Jan. So does it work? Does it the subscription model, is it based on as a service, or do we need to have it with us all the time? How does it work, the subscription model?
Yeah, so the subscription model is exactly what you said, right? It's a subscription model. So as long as you subscribe to the product, you will keep on being able to use all of these features, right? So again, as I mentioned, please do sign up for the trial. And after the trial, you can then choose to continue on in the subscription or not, right? If it meets your needs and you like it a lot, you use it a lot, it's helpful, then please do continue subscribing to it. So that's a premise right there.
Okay, so one subscription, how many people can use it? How many employees?
This one is an individualized thing. So again, the subscription is only for one user only. But again, it's very affordable. It's not cost prohibitive at all.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
Lakshmi is asking, what are the subscription charges for this tool?
Yeah, that one, Vaibhav, I think you can speak to her later. But as I mentioned, right, there are several models, obviously, tiers of subscription and various complexities as well. So in that sense, when the product is more complex, when you need more features, obviously it becomes a little bit more expensive.
Jan, and Alex, one more question. These subscription are only for individuals or for big corporate accounts also? Because if, for example, my company wants to take it for the whole account, then what is the thing, or is it that it will be a tool which one only we have to subscribe?
Yeah. So what happens with that is Vaibhav will basically, if you can ask this question to Vaibhav, what he'll do is he'll spec out the requirements of, your company or enterprise, and then he'll recommend something that will work for your company. Because we don't believe in everybody gets one, right? Because it's unnecessary. Maybe certain people in your team that requires access should have access.
Okay. And Pratik Kamble is asking, can we generate any other output like HTML5 or Scrum output for the video creator in Design AI?
Yeah, so right now it's not HTML5, right? It's basically MP4 or MOV, right, Ian? If not mistaken, one of those video formats.
Yeah, no HTML5 for the time being.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, SCORM is more for e-learning, but we don't have that yet. But again, right, SCORM, it could be one of the components of SCORM, right? And most of the time, what you have is, with this MP4, you can just embed it into any web page or, include it in any SCORM content.
Pratik, does that answer your question?
Yeah, normally you can just include any video in HTML5, right? You embed it. That's how we do it as web developers. Yeah.
Oh, so many questions, Alex and Ian. I think
it's okay as long as we can answer them, right? Without additional help from the IT team, right? We are okay. We are more than happy to. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm sure
okay,
that
so Ian is trying something right now. Yeah, if you have more questions, please put them in the chat, right?
Yeah. So Lakshmi wants to activate the trial subscription in January because of course
sure.
Christmas and New Year is hitting, so a lot of people would want to kind of start. They don't want to lose the one month window. So Lakshmi, don't worry. Once that request can be managed by Vaibhav and Alex, and they will activate your 1 month free subscription as soon as you. I think Vaibhav is constantly sharing that pay form link in the chat. Vaibhav, you can share it again so that people can fill in and try to.
Yeah, it's
Just
vacation time, right?
one thing I want to mention here is after filling this form, you have to go to all the pages of these 3 tools and create your account first. And please use the same email ID that you're filling into this form while creating your account on Design AI or Pixlr or 123 this thing, and though from that only they would be able to activate your free subscription. So after filling form and once you get your email, you have to go to these 3 tools and create your account so that you can start using the tool for your free access.
I would like to answer a quick question about creating marketing strategy presentation. So, so just now when I clicked on create new, basically you can select a presentation outline. And then from here, let's say marketing strategy presentation, and then click on start creating. And then here you'll be able to basically select the industry that you're in. I'm just going to quickly. Information technology, and then this campaign objectives to create brand awareness, key points, cloud computing, cloud storage, services best, and then I have 24-hour round clock support, and then cutting edge. So basically, what Design AI does is that, again, it breaks down everything for you. It creates all the parts necessary, all the forms necessary for you just fill in, and you do not have to actually, if you're working with ChatGPT, you got to think, okay, I need to do this, and then for what exactly, and all that. So this one basically breaks down everything for you, and then it creates that template that you can use. Okay. Target audience, let's say tech saving millennials. And then let's just try and see, okay, let's set a tone that goes for data driven, all right? And then let's generate. So then it takes the info again and creates the strategy presentation for you. So it's able to outline everything. I hope that answers this question. Yep, but yeah, if you have any more questions, please feel free. We're here to answer them.
Oh, I think
Shivakumar has pinned. Thank you for that.
A lot of people are saying they're finding this webinar to be very insightful, very useful, very informative. I'm sure that a lot of people will definitely try their hand on using and making use of the free trial that you guys are offering. And I'm sure the whole TWT community will be very much benefited by these tools. And yeah, guys, thank you so much. It was a very, very good session. And we really appreciate you came forward and tried to help the technical writers community. And any last word, Puneet, please take over, and then we can close the session.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Alex and Ian. This was a very insightful session. And I'm sure now when people will try and then they will get in touch with you. So thank you so much for showing us all this. And thank you, Vaibhav, for coordinating. Very nice of all of you. And so, yes, we will stay in touch. And of course, people will also go ahead and visit explore the tools. And we will, as Snehal has mentioned, so all these details, we generally share the recording link with the participants. So in that email, we will share your email IDs plus the details that I think Vaibhav has shared in the group, how to access and all. Okay. And for anything else, feel free to get in touch with us. And Snehal is anyway there. So thank you again so much. And thanks a lot, Snehal, for bringing them here. I mean, this is something really which is good for our community also. And thank you, Bangalore team, Abin and Arjun. And
Thanks,
finally,
Puneet. Thanks, Neha. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
having the
everyone.
session as well. Take care.
take care. Thank you, all the participants. Have a nice
Bye.
weekend.
Have a great
Thank you.
2024.
Sure,
And
thank you.
and also a very happy Christmas and a New Year to everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good
Thanks,
day.
Alex. Thanks.
See ya.
Bye, Puneet. Bye, all.
Bye.